In today's episode, we're going to be looking at the way of Luke chapter 15. At the end of every chapter, I take a look at the whole chapter and see what is revealed about the character of God and what is the way of the Holy Trinity in this passage. Well, this chapter, Luke 15, is the stories of the lost sheep, the lost coin, and the lost son. And we saw how within this chapter is revealed the Holy Trinity. In the first section is the lost sheep. It's the searching of the Good Shepherd, the searching of the second person of the Trinity, the searching of the Son. The second passage of the lost coin we saw points to the searching of the Holy Spirit. That woman who is searching for her coin points to both the searching of the church and the searching of the Holy Spirit. And finally, we saw that the third story is the story of the lost son, and that's the searching of the Father. So in this section is revealed the type of love that comes from the Holy Trinity, the type of love of God. And it's the searching out kind of love. So I title this chapter, Luke 15, The Way of Searching Love. So what's beautiful about this searching is that it's not passive. In each one of the sections or stories or parables, we see that there is action, varying degrees, but action, movement. And this is something that we must learn from. The Good Shepherd seeks out and searches and leaves the 99 in order to find the one. The woman, cleans up the whole house, lights lamps, and searches until she finds the coin. And the father, when he sees his lost son, runs to him and falls down on his neck and kisses his neck. All three point to the fact that love is not an idea, nor is love an emotion, but rather love is an active choice. In fact, the word is love is an ascetic choice. Love is not a feeling. Love is not something that you're in the mood for or not, but rather love is an ascetic choice. The word ascetic comes from the word asceticism, or in Greek askesis, which means exercise. Now, this is a word that was used for athletes who were training. So the training that they did was called askesis. And so I'm sure when you think of a marathon runner who's been training for the Olympics, I guarantee you there are mornings where they don't want to wake up and run. But they do because they choose to. I'm sure if you look at an athlete who is training for swimming, I'm sure there are times they don't want to be near the water. But guess what happens? They do anyways. The point is that asceticism is training, it's discipline, it's a choice, it's chosen. And in our culture, we often typically think of love as a feeling that I get, or a feeling that I'm willing to engage in if someone in front of me deserves it, or whether someone feeds my ego in the right way, then I can offer them love. But love is meant to be an ascetic choice. And we see here in the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, how unconditionally they seek out and search for the lost like me. God is searching for me. And we, as people who are created in His image, must choose to seek out others to love ascetically, by choice. Whether the person in front of us treats us kindly, lovingly, or in a civil manner, or just cold, it doesn't matter. We have to choose love. And when we choose love, we are becoming like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, the God who seeks out to love. What's beautiful also is that in the 3 parables, we see the way of celebration. Heaven celebrates when the sheep is found. Heaven celebrates when the coin is found. And heaven celebrates when the son is returned and found. And so we really get a glimpse into the heart of God. What makes God happy is us being found and being in union. The sheep, the coin, and the son did nothing to deserve to be received back into fellowship with God, and yet they were received and restored. The son specifically was ready to come home and say, I don't deserve to be your son. Just make me like a hired servant. But the father did not allow him to say the words, make me like a hired servant, but rather covered him and gave him sandals and restored his dignity, giving him his authority, giving him the ring, and then the celebrations. So today, may we rest in the knowledge that God is seeking us because he has chosen us. May we also seek to return to him, to allow ourselves to be found by his love. May we also today seek out those who are in need of our love, and let us choose to love those who are difficult to love, not just those who tickle our fancy and feed our ego. Have a beautiful day.